So, Pete Brooker here from Tailors with Love. A couple of updates for you. What's going on with the channel? What's going on in the world of Bond? I guess not too much. First, maybe an update from the world of me. I've got shingles right now, which is not great. It's not particularly comfortable, and I'm not in any pain, so don't cry for me, Argentina. But I am out here isolating in the summer house. Roger down there. Hey Rog, say hello. There he is. Anastasia and I were actually renovating the main house anyway. We got a construction going on, lots of demolition work, new ceilings, new kitchens, new cupboards, and it's all a bit chaotic here. And I mean, anyone that's done home renovations will know it's just a huge time sink, so I've not had a lot of time to do much else really, especially content wise. The podcast is definitely taking a back seat right now. I've got an interview that I'm sitting on, one of the tailors that worked on the Mission Impossible franchise, the latest one especially, Dead Reckoning. I'm waiting for him to clear some NDAs before I publish the interview, so I mean, hopefully we'll get that out soon. I've been sitting on that for a while. And also the news that they're delaying the next Mission Impossible film, that's a real bummer. And not too happy about that, but what can you do? I think we're all used to delays by now. So what else? Yeah, I guess I saw David Zaritsky's video. He put a good video out about the lack of news, I suppose, in Bond world. The Barbara Broccoli interview that she gave, where she said that, you know, they're at least 2 years away from even thinking about it, or there's just no plan in place at the moment. No one's thinking about making a Bond film in the world of Eon. So David put a good video together explaining how we should all be very optimistic. He's a very optimistic guy, and I do dig his optimism. And largely I agree with everything he was saying, about how the fans are filling the void. And there's plenty of Bond stuff to immerse yourself in. I mean, I'm currently going back now and reading some of the young Bonds, the Steve Cole books and the Charlie Higson books. So I've never actually dipped into those. And I think if anything, the gap, the void, there's always something to fill it with. You don't necessarily need a Bond film to fill that void. The reality show that's coming out, I probably will watch it just to be in the conversation, but it's not really my thing, if I'm honest. It's not something I'm excited about. Reality TV shows just don't do it for me. But I know a lot of people that will be watching and that are excited about this, so I guess it's something. I think so. The only thing that I believe Barbara could be saying in these interviews is at least acknowledging the thirst that Bond fans have for any kind of news, even just like a working title. They could announce, I don't know, a brand. They could sign on a costume designer, or just, I don't know, maybe pencil in a thought. Just go, here's a sketch that I had of Bond. If Barbara just shows us her little kind of sketch pad and go, this is what I'm thinking he will look like. It's a terrible idea, but I just don't know if they're really servicing fans at the moment. And I feel like we are like Will Ferrell in The Wedding Crashers, just screaming across the hallway, just saying, "Mum, meatloaf! I never know what she's doing." We, as Bond fans, are the petulant children screaming across the hallway, just asking what time dinner's going to be served. I feel like that's what the situation is that we find ourselves in. So there's that. In other news, there was an announcement on Pierce Brosnan's channel that there was some news going around that he was going to be doing a meet and greet in the UK with his art exhibition. Now, I actually shared some news pertaining to that when it broke. So the Times released it. I then shared it, announcing that it'd be about £500 for a meet and greet with Pierce Brosnan. And then Pierce came out and said that's all false. It's not happening, and that he would never set a fee to meet his fans. Now, I do know a couple of people who have reached out to me and said that they bought tickets to that on the back of that. Luckily they got their money back and they got refunded. So I guess I'd like to apologize for sharing that news story. I guess I need to be a bit more scrupulous in what I share on my channels, especially if there's money involved. I did think the Times would be a reliable source, but they'll print anything these days. They'll print anything these days. So, and what else? I had a couple of notes lastly. Lastly, I think I'd like to thank a couple of people. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for subscribing to the newsletter, the weekly newsletter that goes out. We're now over 1,000 subscribers, which is a huge landmark for me. That's the newsletter, and I wanted to say thanks to everyone for subscribing to that. And also to Kyle Barbu, he left me a wonderful snow globe of the Skyfall. You would have seen these, I'm sure. So Kyle stayed at mine when he came and saw the Cue the Music show. I sadly missed him, but it was a really sweet gift that he left behind. And also Thomas Felix Crichton from Fleming Never Dies, he also stayed and looked after the Fluffs while I was away, and he left me that Spectre book. That's also, I put that on my Instagram, so that was a really nice thought. So that's probably about it. Anyway, thanks everyone again to subscribing. I'll leave a link to the newsletter below, and I'll see you on the next one.